Action News Now Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
This is a live look right now over Tehama County, where it looks pretty dry, a little smoky, a little breezy and warm out there. Chief Meteorologist Jason Stiff is tracking conditions for us. Jason, it's a bit warmer than we saw earlier this week. What are we looking at for wildfire conditions?
Yeah, we still have more heat than we would like. Thankfully, the wind is not as strong as it has been. We still have very dry air, though, but that wind is going to return. We have another disturbance that's going to be moving our direction, but one thing other that's moving our direction, a change of seasons. Autumn starts tomorrow, just after noon. That is when we go from summer to fall, but as you can see, just after the noon hour, 12:20, 12:21 Pacific time, and that is when the sun is directly over the equator. So equinox means in Latin equal night. So we have equal amount of daylight and darkness, and only here, as well as the vernal equinox, the first day of spring, do we have the sun directly over the equator, at least for an instant. And then we go into the autumn season. But it's still going to feel like summer for a while. Right now, it certainly does. In this last full day of summer, it's 95 degrees in Redding and in Red Bluff, 93 degrees in Chico, also 95 degrees in Oroville and Corning, 93 hot degrees in Weaverville. Warmer than yesterday, especially for Mount Shasta, 12 degrees warmer than 24 hours ago. We're going to see a downturn in the temperatures by coincidence on the first day of fall, but that's not why it's going to be cooling down. We have another disturbance moving our direction. It's going to give us a minor trough of low pressure. We're not going to have a big cold frontal passage, not a good chance for any wet weather for us, just enough to nudge our temperatures down a little bit, and that trough is going to continue further and further to the south. Quieter weather for us on Friday, but then a larger, more influential trough of low pressure is going to be targeting the Pacific Northwest and Northern California late this weekend into early next week. I do expect some more breezes to start developing on Monday. By Tuesday, windier weather, which is going to last through Wednesday also, and that wind is going to be problematic as far as fire danger is concerned. The good news is it won't be quite as windy as what we just went through, but we'll still have some gusty wind around the plateau and the eastern foothills of the Sierra and the Cascades. And then late Wednesday into Thursday, here comes more of that valley wind, so expect more unsettled weather as we move into Thursday afternoon, but not quite as strong as it was Sunday into yesterday. So here's your forecast for tomorrow. Expecting highs in the 80s for the first afternoon of fall, 85 degrees for Weaverville, as well as in Hayfork, 85 degrees for Shingletown and Quincy, up to 80 degrees for a high in Chester, 78 degrees for Sterling City after a mild morning. Still hazy tomorrow afternoon. We're going to have that haze for one more day before the wind shifts right around. And for the valley, we'll have lows tonight in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Highs tomorrow in the lower 90s. Slightly warmer than average for the first day of fall. In the Chico area, lows tonight from 57 to 62. Highs tomorrow in the lower 90s from Willows all the way to Marysville. The next 7 days in Chico, we're expecting a warming trend through Friday and then cooling right down with more wind by this time next week. Highs will go from the 90s to the 80s, and for Redding, looking like a pretty hot beginning to the autumn season, and then we cool right back down to more autumn-like weather early next week.